There are precious moments like these when three young siblings find joy in simple play.
When they are happy and feel safe and loved, it really makes all of this so worth it.
But this relative, who is also the children's guardian, says the happy times are punctuated by the dark consequences of children who've suffered years of neglect.
It should never have gotten to where it did, ever.
We can't report the family's name or show their faces, but relatives describe the children as being feral when they were first taken into care.
The conditions were horror. That's all I could describe it as. They were living in feces, eating feces. There were malnutrition.
Family members told CTV News last year the children had been locked in their rooms daily, were nonverbal, and not potty trained. An investigation by the Office of BC's Ombudsperson lays out the ministry's failings. It found 6 documented reports to social services raising concerns about neglect involving the children. The ministry received the first of these reports approximately 4 years before it took action to ensure that the children were protected from harm. The probe found some reports to social services were screened out at least partially due to communications issues, and it appears the ministry failed repeatedly to follow its own policies, including not doing an in-person visit following reports of neglect and failing to take action because the family moved, even though the ministry received another report of concern just 12 days later. RCMP visited the family's home on 2 occasions, including in May 2023.
The RCMP member found one of the children down the road with no clothing on.
But the report says social services didn't take action because police attended their home and informed the ministry they had no concerns. The siblings were finally taken into care in December 2023 after their own parents told social workers they could not look after the children. It was then a ministry worker attended their home and found extensive evidence of neglect.
There's been no accountability. No one's been held accountable as far as the ministry, the RCMP, nor the parents.
I've asked over and over and over again, who's going to be held responsible for what's happened to these kids?
CTV News repeatedly requested an interview with the Minister of Children and Family Development, but we were told she had no availability for 4 weeks. Instead, her office issued a statement saying it could not talk about the specifics of the case due to confidentiality. CTV News also reached out to the RCMP, who said there is an ongoing and complex investigation into the care of the children and whether it meets the threshold of a criminal offense. Meanwhile, the ministry says it has made changes, including updating policy, so when the ministry receives multiple calls, it prompts a supervisor to take another look at the situation. And that following a special audit, staff have recently received additional training on screening child protection reports. But family members say years of inaction by the ministry have had profound and lifetime impacts on the children.
The system failed not only the kids, but the family itself, because had someone stepped in and maybe said, this is what has to be done. You have to be able to, get counseling. You have to do this. You have to get medical treatment if you're having issues. Maybe they could have still been a family and we wouldn't be where we are. And the kids would have gotten early intervention help, but that didn't happen, and it only got worse and worse and worse and worse.
Their guardian saying she has concerns not just for these kids, but for other children whose suffering may also have been ignored.
I wonder and worry all the time how many other children are locked in their bedrooms not being checked on.
Michelle Bernoro, CTV News, Vancouver.